What's up, Rockstars? It is my pleasure to unbox the most beautiful box I have had straight from Poland. This was entirely made in Poland. Zerywia. This is going to be super cool. I cannot wait to see the minis, the beautiful art, everything that's inside this beautiful box, and really like put this to the limit. Let's see how great this really is. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Into the AM. Support the channel and get an awesome premium shirt I designed with them by using the link in the description below to purchase Eternal Guardian. From the lopsided crown, wolves, Norse throne, and more, this shirt is spectacular, and you can save 10% off when buying this fantastic shirt. Check it out and many other awesome shirts via the link down below. Guys, I'm so excited to unbox this. As always, a huge shout out to my patrons and YouTube members. It is through their financial support that this channel is possible. If you appreciate the videos I make every single week for you guys, there is a link down in the description below. Even $1 a month would help out greatly. Thank you so much. And really what that allows me to do, by the way, is look at games just like this. This is not the most popular game ever. This is not the next Come On heavy hitter or the Mythic Games heavy hitter or the Awakened Realms heavy hitter. This is a passion project from a group of people in Poland making this amazing looking game. And I mean, no other company could do something like this with the box. And I mean, like it has to be something that you really care about to do something like this. This looks incredible. There's nothing on the back. It's just this. You can feel it. There's that texture there. I'm sure you can hear that. It is done very, very well. This is all smooth. There's no jagged edges or anything like that, which is really nice. All over on the sides, they have the name of the game here. And again, it's designed incredibly well with this bit of land and then kind of the name of the game, almost in like a wood kind of thing. And of course, here we have the branches there and the thing. It's great. This is fantastic. All right, and in this box, I believe it's just storage. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Come on. Oh, there we are. Got it. All right. Yeah, let's see here. What do we got here? We got beautiful trays. We got a whole lot of foam. We got some. Oh, look at this. This is just great looking. I love this. Some different trays in here. Wonderful. Wonderful. We have these little bits here to kind of store, I'm assuming, like miniatures in or something like that. That's what I assume. I bet it's like the base of them and then they go up like that, right? This is a very hard foam, by the way. I guess it's foam. It's not very hard, but you get what I'm saying. We have a few spots in here. Looks like this came loose somehow. It's kind of funny. Get back in there. What are you doing? Who told you could get out? And it looks like there's some over here as well, where we have a big old block here. I'm sure is for something or other. Looks like it's not quite separated, but close. We'll see what goes in there, of course. But all right, there we are. Let's look at the trays here. Very curious to see that. Alright, here we are. Oh, these are beautiful. These look fantastic. Oh, I love them. Okay. Oh, it smells really nice too. It smells just like a wood shop, like a home improvement store. Like it is, you know that wood smell you get? It's really great. Very nice looking wood too. I very much appreciate that. This looks great. I love the heating that they kind of did around here. To kind of edge highlight everything. The printing looks quite good. It's a little off, but just barely. Where there's a little bit of a gap here. And here, let's go ahead and zoom in actually. So, as you can see, there's a little bit of a gap here and then there's no gap down there, right? So it's very slightly off. However, just looking at this, I mean, you can tell how wonderful this looks. It looks really, really nice. Like really great. Yeah, and then you can tell that's just printed right on this bottom board here, and then there's that top board, and that's it. And there's a little trace here. Again, I don't know how closely everything fits in there, but I mean, they all look great. They really do. That one's much more centered, actually. This one came out really well. Same with this one. Yeah, it's almost just that first one is perhaps a little off. Otherwise, they're actually quite good. And again, in my opinion, it adds to that handcraftedness. The edges here, by the way, are not rough. There's a little bit of like a glue that can, just come right off. But this is smooth. That's good. I'm not getting splinters or anything like that. It's actually, it's quite nice. They did a good job with that. Because that's, anytime you're dealing with wood, that's kind of what you worry about. But no, this is sealed very nicely. Awesome. Well, all right. That is the storage that we have here. Again, beautiful, beautiful storage. Really, really liked this. All right, and here is the main game itself. So let's go ahead and get this open. And then we'll put everything in the storage. And I think it'll look really, really cool. All right. And again, I can't stress enough how grateful I am to be as independent as I am from the industry, so I can really focus on things that I think are important or that look cool or that are neat. And something like this super cool, thematic, super artsy, I'm trying to get this out, it's a very tight fit, game made not in China is just awesome. It's really, really cool. So I love seeing this. I really do. And I know there's so many companies in Poland. It's becoming a real big. I'm gonna break the box. There we go. Real big hub for these board games that I love seeing. And if they can make them look like this, I think that's a great thing to do. So. All right, let's see. I could probably just rip this. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Love the art. We're gonna have to comment on that a little bit and move on from there. Okay. All right, wow. This is heavy. So right off the bat, most noticeable thing, besides the dragon and everything, is I really like the frame they have here. It's maybe slightly blurry of a frame. I feel this frame was added to this image separately because this image is very crisp and this is slightly blurry, just a little tiny bit blurry. But I like the view it gives, right? That's really great. I also love that besides Kaliba Games here, which is very small, it's just the title of the game and then art, and it looks glorious. It looks fantastic. It really does, and it tells you a lot, right? You got this thing going on here, which I think important in the game. You have this really cool dragon. It's a very cool color. It's got some like pinks, like almost like a salmon pink, maybe a little bit of more orange or red in there, but then it's got like this kind of soft bluish grayish kind of scale that really I think counters that well. And then you have her with this really ornate sword going on here. She looks like a warrior, like she's very muscular, which I really, really like seeing. She has like all this like leather strap armor kind of thing, which is interesting, and the shoulder pad thing, and a little bit of like probably facial tattoos or something like that. You can see the armor sticking. Just there's so much that's really cool about all of this. I love the water and the grass and the trees, but it's great. I love art like this. When I saw this campaign, you guys remember I haven't commented on it. It looks so good. Oh my gosh, what is all this? Okay, so we got different characters here. So let's try and flip it over and see. Oh my gosh, they win the internet. Look at that. The back of it is right side up. Perfect. Notice it's almost like the continuation. There's a tail here. Where's that? That's the same tail. Yeah, okay, that's the same thing. They just replaced the dragon and her with the image of this, but otherwise it's the same kind of thing. You see the grass there too. It's kind of interesting. So you see it does have some minis. It's beautiful art, lots of different cards, dice, tokens, all the normal stuff, and then of course a little bit of a welcome here and a little bit there. And this is where you get the 1 to 4 players, 14 plus, 120 minutes, made in Poland. Look at that, made in Poland. Zoom in on that because I think that's awesome. Remember, when you're looking at all of this, that it was made in Poland, not China. This was not shipped, you know, a bajillion years across the vast ocean to everybody else in the West. This was right there in Poland and then moved out to everywhere else. And that is great. That's cool. And I'm so glad to see that it's viable. Because it looks like we have all the different characters here. So we have this character here. Very interesting. We have this character here. Very interesting. Looks like he's a Slipknot character. We have her. We've seen her before. And we have this guy too. Which again, yeah, I don't know what's going on with the skin, but dang. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. I am excited. I'm sure you guys can tell, but I love this. Ooh, easy open box too. That was nice. This is actually fairly good cardboard. It's about standard. It's certainly not subpar, but it's kind of what I would expect. Maybe a little bit on the skinny side for how heavy this game is, but it seemed structurally pretty good. Let's see, the glue job here is actually great. I mean, it is like edge to edge, as you can see. All of them are like, there's no real gap anywhere. You can see the line where the folds are. That is fairly common, or that is fairly noticeable on all four corners. Same here. You can see that line. So the corners are a little bit weaker, perhaps, than I would like. I don't know if there's, I don't know all the ways of forming the box per se. Just that seems slightly weaker. It's just a little bit more bendy than I would like. A little bit thicker, I think, would be good, especially for a game this heavy. That being said, we saw that storage box, so it matters a little. Oh my gosh. Oh, that looks so cool. Look at that freaking werewolf, dude. Heck yeah. I love everything about this picture. That is amazing. That is fantastic. Scenario card anatomy. Oh, man. Oh, man. So stapled here. So it opens very easily to that middle page. Okay, Edges of Oblivion. Oh, man, the art in here is stellar. Look at that scythe. My goodness. My goodness. Okay. Nix's Phase. Edges of Oblivion. Hearts of Stribog. Pokara's Awakening and Ulgmor's Masks. Love it. Okay, cool. All right, so there's that. We have these here. What are these? Hero little reminders by the looks of it. Region options. Scorned Renegades. All about them. Challenge Structure. Cycle Structure. Camp Phase. Playing Legends. Playing Legends. And then Terror Hunt. Threat Merc. Merc Rift and Incursion. And then the Heroes. Oh, this is a little bit about the Heroes. That's kind of cool. I like seeing that. That's awesome. Very cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ladies. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dudes. Well, look at that. Even Stevens. And then we have the rule book with that amazing art, of course. Game symbols. I like seeing the symbols here. That's nice. Let's see if they have an index. Let's see. Oh, it's not the last page. Guys, they have an index with multiple pages listed in alphabetical order with a space between each letter. Guys, I am in heaven. Save me. I don't know what to do with myself. How is it that we have some of the biggest companies that struggle so much, and then we have this little, team in Poland making this game, and they can do all the right things? Look at this. This is great. You want to read about allies? That's on page 10 and 11. You want to hear about group challenges? Don't worry, that's on 27. Maybe you're wondering about the harbors. Well, that's 13. Or maybe you want to hear about trophies? Well, there's a lot. It's mentioned on 32, 19, 20, 22, 26, 31, 36, and 38. But once you read all that, you read all there is to know about trophies. Love it. That is so great. Prime Source. That sounds fun. It's on 12 and 19. So if you just read 12, that's fine. If it's not part of the header, that's fine. That's what the index is for. Non-header based, alphabetical, multiple pages, concepts, and nouns, really. Right? Love it. Okay. And of course, I love the Oblivion's a thing here. It looks like there's a little bit of lore they put in here in the like an italicized version of it. They got some bold going on here. They have some images. They have some symbols. All right, let's keep going here. A lot of kind of lore here. Table of contents. Okay, table game components is good. What it's doing is it's showing me a count, it's showing me the name, and it's showing me a picture. I will refer to this as I read the rulebook. I really appreciate this. That's very nice to see. It's it's very helpful because sometimes you'll mention, oh, this card, I don't know what that card is, and you look over there, and then I can actually find that, oh, it's these cards here, I can look at them. I really appreciate that because I'll often set the game up too, just to kind of get a sense of it. It helps me learn. Maybe I'm the only one that does that. Tutorial videos, look at that. Our Zerywia channel on YouTube, it's spaced there, that's cute, hosts a series of videos that gives a step-by-step overview of the rules. Very cool. That's awesome. The only thing that can be improved there is a little QR code, so I can snap a picture of it and go right there, or give me a URL. But either way, I can find that, so that's good. Nice big pictures, readable text everywhere. That's helpful. We got some arrows here. We have the like numbers going on, so we got that kind of anatomy of different things. That's helpful. Call out boxes. That's very nice. That's helpful. It looks like we're showing the component or the symbol with it. So when we're learning attributes, well, it's vigor, instinct, and will. So it's not just a symbol here. It's also showing you here. Prime. Oh, it's this thing right here. Very helpful. That's nice. During the determination phase, it bolds the camp phase and determination phase, so you kind of, that stands out in your mind a little bit and structures it a little bit. That's very nice. Okay, yeah, all of this looks good. Again, more arrows and kind of, you know, praised, feared, and cursed. Oh my goodness. Okay, we got a Kolovrat wheel. I'm going to mispronounce everything here. I believe it's Slavic. That this kind of is like the legends and stuff there, which I adore, but I can't pronounce, and I do apologize for that. I can't speak English either, so it's not just that. But oh man, this is looking so cool. I'm really impressed with it so far. Obviously, I haven't read it. I'll have to read it and really kind of give you my thoughts on it later. But oh man, look at, ooh, great art. Okay, anyway, yeah, looks good. Looks good. All right, moving on from that, we got lots of bubble wrap, lots of protection in here, which I appreciate. It will be interesting to see how this would have stored without that storage box. I'm not sure. So here, oh man, see, I don't know. Okay, so the wood is beautiful. The wood is really pretty, but I love the art. Oh, and each one's different. Look at that. Oh man, okay, all right. Hold on. Let's go ahead and move this to the side. Give this a nice zoom in here. There you go. All right, so you can kind of see that. Really nice. Let's pump the light on a bit more here. All right, that's a lot brighter for you. That should be nice. As you can see, it looks great. I mean, this is just really, really pretty. I will say, once again, that this is a little off printed here, right? It's just a little to the side here. And I don't know if each one, this one actually looks much more centered. It's a little off again. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to get these lined up. It really is. But, I mean, it's lined up on the sides really well. Either way, this is actually quite good for the size cardboard. It's a little, maybe slightly spongy, and obviously a little bendy, but it's quite long and large too. So, oh man, get the art here. Look at that. Beautiful art. I wonder who the artist is. Love the art. Yeah, this all looks cool. We do have these things here, so maybe I can slot a few things in here. So we got these little things here, and these are metal, these are wood. Kind of interesting to see that here, but you kind of see how that might fit in just like that. Very cool. Doesn't look, this is raised higher, so it's easy to grip out, by the way. But, I mean, again, the dual layer board looks great. I love how each one is different. That looks quite pleasant. That looks very nice, actually. This one looks very swampy. It's like from The Witcher or something like that, I feel. And then we have the snowy one as well. Very cool. I bet it matches some of the characters more than others too, but it looks like it's not set where each, a specific character gets each one. So you can kind of pick your favorite, which is kind of cool. I love that. And again, the art on the back, very nice touch. I love that. Very pretty. Everything about this game is pretty so far. All right, showed you this. Again, we got some kind of wooden skull things here. Very cool design, by the way. Really like the swirl in here. I think that looks super cool. Really dig that. All right, now we got some dice here. Take a look at the dice. Okay, so the dice. Oh, this is interesting. So they're fair. I mean, no, I guess they're about the same weight. They feel maybe slightly light. Ooh, slightly lighter. They have a very interesting. I don't know. Are the blue like that? It's really just the green. That's kind of interesting. Oh, and the red here, but the blue, I'm not seeing that. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Yeah, not so much. Maybe slightly. Okay, so we're going to come up here. All right. Now, as you can see, actually here, I'm going to zoom in so the lighting stays about the same. There you go. All right. So I noticed these swirls here, right? It's almost like it's kind of marbled. And then I saw a little bit here in the red, but I don't see any in the blue, but it might just be too dark. It's almost like you can see the pore of the plastic in there. Do you see that? But I really like the design of it. Like, it looks cool. Do you see that all in there? Very interesting. Wonder if, yeah, so you can see that on the red still too. Very kind of cool. Hopefully you can see that in the video. I can see it clearly here. And it might actually even be the coating on this. I don't know. Looking at the paint job, it looks actually quite nice. There is a little bit of a recess there where the paint is, and it looks beautifully painted. I mean, very crisp, very nicely done. These stand out wonderfully. These are very, very nice dice. They're the Chiswick style dice. They're very curved, so they're going to roll a lot when you roll them, which is always fun. I think people prefer that. I actually like the square ones a lot, but I know a lot of people really like these that roll a whole bunch, and that's what this is here. It looks like one here got its paint just chipped right out. That's no fun. But it looks like everything else. Woo-hoo. Wow. Yeah, they roll. It looks like everything else came out really, really nice. So it's just that one kind of fell out. Just like that dice fell out. My goodness, I'll find that later, I guess. All right. We have some wooden tokens here. Let's zoom out a little bit again. So we got several different ones. These are pretty standard stuff. I'm not going to bother with those. You can see them. They're pieces of wood painted. Let's take a look here. All of these, it looks like there must be a hole in here to let air out. I don't readily see it, except maybe there's some punches, but like, oh no, I guess it is holding a little bit of air. They just did a good job not puffing it up. Okay, what do we got here? I saw this. I'm like, this is interesting. Is this a standee? Interesting. Look at this. So, boom. There we go. We got a little standee of this guy. Like that. I'm assuming this is like a standee. Again, the wood is very cool. I really dig that. I love, one of the joys of board games is the fact that these are cool. It's just, it's almost like a reversey go kind of thing, right? Just kind of a black and white. Is all the different textures we can do. Look, see, these are wooden dice now. And they'll feel different than these. And I love that. I love that you can change the what you made it out of, and it's just more fun. I think that's awesome. That's really cool. Like, I really appreciate the differences, and the tactile differences, because at the end of the day, they're physical products, and they can be like this, or they're just a joy. I'm really enjoying this. Really, really am. I probably should have just picked all that up on camera. You guys don't want to see me clean up. You want to see me unbox, make a mess. There we go. All right, let's see here. So we got that. We got this. Move all this over here. Move all this. Yeah. So there's not really a storage solution except I think under here. Yes. Okay, we'll have to take a look at that. Looks like we got some washed minis. But first, boop, there we are. Okay. Now it looks like, yeah, this is, oh, look at this. So so it's the same thing, but it's like frozen over. So it's like a winter version of the map. That's cool. I dig that. Let's go and look at the normal one here first, though. Let's see. So we got Wolfgate and Tarmares and Utero Blaze and I'm saying all these wrong, I'm sure. Haravat Ravens, Caradun. Love the little kind of entrances, and notice that they have little things. Let me zoom in a little bit. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Little touches. Hopefully I can focus on that. Like those little red eyes. Do you see that? Do you see the little red eyes there in the cave? Love that. That's awesome. That's very cool. One of my patrons does maps kind of like this, and I really dig because you can just look and find different things like, oh, what's up with this burnt tree here? What's going on there? Or the chained kind of runes here, or what's in the sea there, or why is the light on there, or what's in the freaking cave, right? Stuff like that. It's just really, really fun. And then if we go over here, let's see. Yeah, the same kind of stuff. We still have the thing in the cave, and we still have the tree. Nothing in the lake though this time, right? So that's different. He's not breaking the ice, which makes sense. Very cool. I like that. Let's take a look at another one. Not as close in detail, just kind of looking. Yeah, very cool. Again, love the little villages and stuff like that. There he is again. Oathbearer Waste. This one's already cold, so in here it's just even colder. Really dig that though. I love the depth that this shows. Like, that's really cool to see. This is, kind of slanting right there onto the ocean, whereas this is like cliffside. I think that's very cool to show and really nice. The lines here show really well too, which is nice. Uh-oh, there's some crap going on there. I don't know about that, guys. Look at the long like bridges though. That's cool. Very neat. And then we have tokens. Let's go and take a look at the tokens here. All right. So first of all, the whole. Ooh, wow, these just punch out, huh? Punch out very nicely, actually. This is quite good. This is quite good. I've had some cardboard from Poland before that wasn't super happy with. So really happy about the quality of this one. I think that's quite nice. Change the lighting here for you guys a little bit. There you go. All right, so yeah, the tiny little bit of tags, but not a whole lot, like at all. Like, I think it looks great. It is double-sided. It is reversed though. Do you see how he's coming in from this side, and I flip it? Oh no, he's still coming to this side. What am I talking about? It just looks like it almost looks like it is, but it's not. Oh, because it then flips over that way, of course. I don't know why. Most tokens don't have something coming from the side. That's what threw me off, okay? Yeah, no, it looks good, though. Printing-wise, it looks fairly centered here, which I appreciate. On the back, still looks fairly centered here. So that's nice. Looks good. It's got a linen finish. It's not really rubbing off, which is nice. This hard back part is normally the killer of that if it's going to happen. But this is going to stand up, I think, quite well. Actually, it's not very spongy at all. So that's really nice too. It just, these look really nice. They punch out well. Just, you can see, you can hang the tag, but just barely, really. It's very close. Very nice. And it looks like it's just that. Those are the tokens. That's what you get. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Looks nice. All right. We got some cards. We got some minis. Look at some cards. Got a whole bunch. By the way, foam storage down here, which is quite nice. I think that's very cool. We got a ton of cards, guys. Oh my gosh. Like, just cards and cards galore. Look at all of this. Oh my goodness. So many. Just trying to see what's worthwhile. Looks like these are like oh man, look at a freaking headhunter. Heck yeah. And then we got a whole lot of these too on the bottom, which is, oh, it looks sweet. Oh my gosh. And then look, you got this little symbol on the bottom too. When you finally get all the way down there. Oblivion Cult. Oh, this is so cool, guys. There's so many cards. My goodness. Merc Binder. Heck yeah. Oh man. It'd be hard to pick just one thing, huh? There's a ton here. A lot of different places. A lot of different items. Koga the Element. Okay, all right. Look at all this, guys. There's just so much. Let's go ahead, and it looks like it's. Oh, is this gonna be easy to open? Oh, thank you so much, guys. You have no idea the struggle I typically have. So I really appreciate this. All right. So, taking the cards out. First, let's see if they're bent. I think they are, and yes, they are. So as you can see here. They've they've bent this way, right? So when I flipped it, you can now see that gap, right? So that's kind of the curvature of the cards right now. Now, I mean, I don't know how long this has been sitting there, right? This is not freshly delivered. I think this was delivered a while back, and I'm able to show it because it's coming to Kickstarter again. There will be a link down in the description, of course, and I'll probably put that in the post as well. Card quite thin, very thin card here. I don't know how much shuffling you're doing or anything like that, but you might want to sleeve them if you are shuffling because they're very thin. They don't really even feel like plastic, but yes, very, very thin cards. So it would have been nice to see those upgraded. They feel real nice. They're like really smooth. They're kind of a matte finish, so they don't really glare very badly, so you can read them. Very smooth sides. There's no flaking or anything like that I'm seeing. So yeah, it's just too thin is I think the issue there. Very easily read text. Some bold things here. We got some symbols here. I think these symbols could probably be a little bit larger, but I don't know if you're reading them on the table or if you're picking them up and reading them, in which case it's not so bad. A lot of different places and things happening here, as you can see, a ton. And then a few, I don't know like what caused like this item to be with these and nothing else. Are there other items that is missed? Okay, so right now there's an item. I wonder if you win these somehow. So we don't want to spoil too much, so we're going to move on from that. I'm just going to see if these are all items or if again this is attached to different events and stuff. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. I am so impressed. There are so many cards here, guys. Oh, this is all kinds of different. Okay, so here we have the worms. Let's go and take a look at this though. So again, it looks great. It looks like it's actually being held by somebody. Worm's Daughter Saga. There's some kind of story behind it, perhaps. Spin 2 of these to add blank to this challenge. Gain any 1 rune. Interesting. And then on the back, it even shows the exact same thing. And it looks like there's probably more. See? Scorned white. Which, look, it's like the same thing. See? Except the eyes are glowing versus not. Interesting. Oh, no, the blade's a little different, too. It's bent different. So it's like a whole different picture. Oh, this is very interesting. Okay, and then we have this Ancient Blood, Worm's Daughter Saga, Frozen. So this is like a quest you can go on by the looks of it. And it's just a whole bunch of this. Death's Caller, Saga of the Deathless. Worm's Awakening. Ashes of the Damned. Revenge and Terror. I mean, again, fantastic art, of course. A ton of different quests. Yeah, a Torbid Hag, should say. Executioner. Zix's Hunter. Zagra the Blood Hag. Widner the Executioner. Koss the Deathless. These are all different characters maybe you'll meet and stuff. Sierra the Worm's Blood. Very cool. Man, there's so much. So much. Really impressed with all this. I mean, it's just, it almost doesn't end. I could keep looking and just keep finding different things. Okay, so, yeah. And then like this, right? It looks like another item, and it even has like a little item thing, but this is all different, right? Devious, prepare any number of saga cards without losing attributes. You can draw a new enemy from the deck, placing the current one. If you do, feed the breed. What? Okay, yeah, this is wild. Okay, so there's a lot of cards here. We're gonna just move these to the side for now, and look at minis. So, see, we got. Let's go and look at the big one first. I love, by the way, that they did kind of like a sepia thing going on here, right? Looks like I'm gonna have to turn the light on more now. Let's up the light here. There you go. Get that a little bit brighter for you guys. All right. Yeah, so I love the sepia wash that's on this. Like that, I think that fits the theme so well. It's got these little slots here. Quite heavy. This is solid, by the way. I believe this is resin as well. So, yeah, this is a resin miniature, which is quite cool to see. There are some rub marks. I noticed like on the nose and the eyebrows here. And I noticed that so this mini came out, and you see the little rub marks on there. Now the highlights I think look awesome, but you might want to varnish these. A lot of times the wash will help protect quite well, but it really does depend on the wash. So on this one, I think a quick varnish is probably what I'll put on it, a matte varnish, and that'll just help protect it. Just make sure that it stays looking great. Love the symbol on the forehead. The eyes look fantastic. Love the symbols here, and then the gnarled wood surrounding it. It kind of forms almost as hair, because it's like formed out of a tree, right? You see the tree rings here, which came out great. They took the wash really well. Looks awesome. It really does. That is such a cool piece. Such a cool piece. Where did I get that? Right here. Okay, but there's a whole bunch of people here too. So let's go ahead and take a look at this person here. And again, we're going to zoom in even more now. There you are. Yeah, this is cool. I love that he's like standing way up here. He's got this chain. This chain looks great. Again, resin. These are all resin minis. Dear Lord, this is a premium game. Looks so nice. Everything but the cards really are just like on point. The textured base, really appreciate that. Just a tiny bit of a line. And so you can tell there's not much of a mold line at all. They did a very good job with the mold here. Again, very slight here, but it fits with the robe half the time anyway. And then up the arm. Love the gap through all of this. It looks nice here. The blades look good. The wash really helps distinct those two. All the different parts in his flesh look wonderful as well. Now, I mean, as lovely as this is, I would love to paint it as well, right? You know, go figure. But I mean, it looks really nice. All right, here is this guy. He has his kind of mallet over on his, or his hammer over on his shoulder here, and a few more of these. And I don't know, and I wonder if they've dry brushed it actually, as opposed to any kind of rubbing. And I say that because like I see a little bit here, and it wouldn't make sense really to get a rub mark there. It's almost like they dry brushed it just slightly, just to give it, you know, a little bit different of a tone, a little bit of a highlight there with kind of this bone color, a little bit of like a tan white. Yeah, his fingers on here look good. They're fairly well defined. A little fuzzy there, but not too bad. His hair came out awesome. I love the spikes. Love his mohawk. His like necklace and stuff like that look good. He's got these little short daggers, these runes on the base. The base looks good. I love how this is like wrapped. It looks nice. All the stitching looks good there. Runes on the hammer look great. Yeah, this is just a fun mini. I like this one. Yeah, he looks good. All right, I don't know how he's supposed to be. Maybe like that. Oh man, there's so many characters. I'm actually impressed. All right, here is this lady. I think this is one of the hags, I want to say. One of the interesting things here is, so she has this fire, which turned out awesome. It looks great. Her hand is actually quite well there. But look, she's actually holding like a rune, and she's almost using that for magical properties, which I really dig. This is solid here, which is a little unfortunate, but it works. It's fine. And there is a little bit of a mold line here, but again, it doesn't actually look too bad. From the front, you don't even notice. And from the side, it mostly just looks like part of the bandage. Maybe right there is a little bit of an issue. And it is accentuated with this wash. So considering it's accentuated, I think that looks quite good. Cape looks great. Love the look of it. Looks awesome. She's quite skinny. Like this wrist is very small. Like she's very true scale, I guess I would say. Yeah, I love these like little rocks coming up and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on there, but there's some weird magic. See, all of her cape is like tilting up, which is cool. Again, the stitching looks great as well. Clothing looks good. Facial features look interesting. I like that she has nostrils even, and a brow, a ridge, lips, all that stuff. Quite well done. Very impressive. All right, let's take a look at this one. Oh my goodness, here's the scythe guy. Here's the deathless guy. Skulls on here. Love the kind of you can see the leg here, and you can see the tautness as he spreads that. There's some like stitched skin that is freaking hardcore. That looks gnarly. I can see why he's called deathless, because he's like cut open. You can tell this has been like ripped or burned. It's like Goku mid-fight, right? When he's like all beat up before he transforms. And it looks like this is perhaps some extra cloth here. I don't know if that's hanging from there or what. I love how he's holding the scythe, by the way, like in his arms. Love his facial feature, by the way. I think that looks great. Love the hair. The scythe looks great, and then of course this magic coming out of his hand. The hand looks good in there. It's actually coming almost out of his arm. And again, I don't know if he's holding a rune. It looks like he's holding something. Be interesting if it's all rune based like that. Love how skinny the scythe is. This is one of the benefits of resin, but they were smart with the design, so this is a solid piece. So this is probably the weakest part here is this. So, treat these with care if and when you get this. Wow, okay, look at this guy. I love this so much. Again, the stitching looks great. This resin is really helping here. And I can tell because look at this rope here. This rope looks fantastic. The scale of it, it's not super fat or anything like that. You can get these like skinny little details here everywhere. The hair looks great, but this rope looks so good. Oh, do you hear that? All that texture of the wrapped rope like that. His fingers look distinct. There's not really a lot of shrinkage. His muscles are very chiseled. His facial features look great. He actually has like sunken in like parts to his cheeks, which are great. Love the hair flowing out here. Love that he's holding the skull. This is flowing up. Like, I don't know. I almost said this was going to be like trees, but this is like some kind of like magical stuff going up. Very cool. The skull looks awesome. Just a very cool mini. That's a fun one. Let's take a look at her now. Very interesting pose. I like that they're using the sculpted base. That's appreciated. And again, I like these like little bits here, like the crystal that's kind of showing up here. And again, her scale is fantastic. You can see how skinny and like normal size, I guess they are. They're not like these kind of chunky chibi kind of people. The sword here ends up really well right next to her leg like that, so she can have it straight down. It can be nice and skinny. You can see the separation there. Her hair flowing up is cool. I love her cape. It's a different cape than what everybody else has, which is very nice. The hair came out wonderfully, I think. And it looks like she's holding a horn right there, which is interesting. Again, facial features look great. Yeah, all of this is just wonderfully done. Not too thick on the cape here, which is nice as well. And I love seeing the muscle definition. Definitely a fighter, right? Which is nice to see. All right, take a look at this lady here. My goodness, she's got quite the axe. Look at that axe blade. Look at that thing. Again, I love how skinny these are. These resin minis. I'm in love. These are really nice. The shoulder thing's great. Love the hair, even like blowing on her face like that. That's super cool looking. And then again, it's blowing up there where it's like parted, as you can see. Most here, some here. That's quite nice. Love the wrinkles and the little not tassels, but the little strips of like leather. Just very, very cool. Again, we got a little bit of a skull, but otherwise mostly rocks and rune kind of like rocks and stuff like that, and then very wrapped. Look at all the wrappings. This was the thing I showed the picture on, right? So there's that metal piece in her wrapping there, right? Very cool. And then that shoulder thing. This is the lady from the cover. Looks great. Looks awesome. Love it. All right, let's see what else we got here. This lady here has, oh man, like a sword here, and then like a double bladed kind of. I love all the different weapons. That's super cool. Yeah, very awesome. It looks like this has some kind of so there's like a skull here that she's like stomping on, but this is like a spinal column or some junk like this. Like she's been beating up people is what she's been doing. I love the different wardrobes that each of them have. I mean, the wrappings are fairly common, but she's like braided her hair here, and then she has like this like bands here. Do you see the bands? That's kind of interesting. And then like a collar. That's cool. Looks like she even has a necklace there. And again, her mouth is actually open. Like she's got a facial feature, which I appreciate as well. Very cool. And again, the weapon's super cool. I love the weapon there. Love it. Very cool. All right. Oh man, there's still more, guys. All right, this guy here looks like he has a rune as well, so that's kind of cool. So he's got his like little kind of short sword here. It looks like there's perhaps a little bit of flash. There we go. Probably right there too. There we are. Okay, got rid of that. So he's got his little like blade here. This is that like super designed sword, I believe, right? So there's just all these different things there. A little bent, but just slightly. You just have to be careful with the resin when you're fixing this. You can do the hot water treatment. You just got to be gentle, okay? Love the support on the rocks, so there's extra support there. Very smart. So there's a few that had some, just a little bit of clipping there. There we go. We can clean that up. I can clean that up later. It's no big deal. There we go. Yeah, it's almost all gone already. Again, hair looks great there. Love the base here. A little bit more. This is maybe one of the rougher sculpts. You can see the mold line here, and then it kind of comes up here, and you can see it right there. I'll have to trim that up, but it should look fine afterwards. I don't think the wash will do too bad of a job highlighting that or anything. The facial features, again, wonderful. He looks angry. He looks like he's upset. The facial hair looks great. Again, I love the brow and the cheeks and all that stuff. Just looks really nice. All the different doodads. He's got a whole bunch of different stuff. His blade is out, so the scabbard's empty. Love seeing that. And again, this like holding this gem almost looking thing. Very cool. I dig that. And again, he's like wearing a cape and stuff. It's very different. Wow. Okay. Again, speaking of different, a whole bunch of freaking skulls, and she's like floating up. She's got like a little dagger and what looks like maybe like a cudgel in there or something like that, or a mace, or I can't quite tell. On the back though, just the texture on all of this, incredible. Really, really impressive stuff. We got all these like bones put into there, and then her hair, but her hair looks different than this top part here, which looks different than the bottom part here. Just very, very interesting textures here. And a very cool design. Again, that rope looks stellar. And again, like a totally different kind of clothing, different top, different bottom here. That looks very different from everybody else. And her face looks different too. Really appreciate it. Yeah, there's some kind of magic stuff going on there. I can tell you that much. All right, then we got this guy here. And again, huge freaking axe. Look at like the skull kind of thing going on here. I think that is. Almost looks like that, like these are the teeth here. Either way, very cool design on the axe. And again, I love how thin it is. It's not super fattened up, but it's enough to where it's, it's sturdy. You can pick them up by that. It's fine. Blade here. And again, they don't have these long blades. They're all these short blades. I don't know if you've noticed that or not. There's not like a lot of like, two-handed swords going on here, and it's connected here on his leg, so it's nice and secure. This guy's very much like he's very thicker. He's like some barbarian kind of Conan askew kind of guy. Love, again, he's got all these throwing daggers here. The base is, there's a ton on the base. All the muscles are well defined. Again, hair looks great. All the wrappings here look awesome. Yeah, very cool. And again, a different pose too, which makes them interesting. All right, I think we have this last one here, which, I saved this one for last. I have no idea what it is. It's some, I think, bad guy, perhaps. It's got like a beak of some kind. It's got this huge freaking, like staff thing, but notice it has like this thick, like, fur cloak thing hanging from it with more skulls there. But notice he's like a skull or like a skeleton, right? So there's just bones here, but not so much here. This looks like it's muscle, and he's holding some kind of incense thing, and then there's like this swirling fire, ethereal stuff going on. All these feathers on the back. I really like the feathers. I think it does the beak justice there. All the little wrinkles here on the hood. Very, very cool. Very cool. All right, well, let's see how this looks like in the storage, and then we'll wrap up. All right, guys, I got it all in here. It fits so well. Look at that. It's like perfect. In fact, that might need to be flipped like that to really get it even, but I think that's great. So we got the books here, and I don't know if this is how you're supposed to put it in. This is how I did. And by the way, like this is empty, though. Even if you just got this, not only do you get those little symbols, but notice you actually have pictures of the people in there, which I thought was kind of cool. So you know who goes where. And this one's a little bit more generic. You have these, and then you have your little map boards there. And then I just tucked these in here, but I don't think it matters too much. Then you have the wooden ones, but you actually have room to keep these other ones too. You can keep everything. So then you have these here. I put them on the bottom because they're a little bit longer, and so they help make a lid for all of this here. And then I kept this piece here too, just to kind of, again, pad that out. You can probably put some more. Again, you have these, right? So if you wanted to throw some of those in there, you could. That's probably what I'll be doing, just because why not? All the different cards. There are as many sections in here as there were. Shoot, should put this in, not in the box. Okay, we'll put it over here. As there were here, so all these spots. So I don't know if you have to keep things together. I kind of didn't when I took all the cards out, so I'll have to figure that out later. And then all the minis kind of fit into here, right? And it's just these generic spots. There are a few spots I noticed where they're poking out a little bit. It's pretty minor. I mean, if this had been a little bit thicker, that would have been maybe kind of nice, because some of them you have to put in kind of sideways, but they all do fit in here, and there's nothing really sitting on top except this, right? And again, you could put some extra padding in there. There's a little bit of leeway in here. But I just put all the tokens in here. I punched them out very quickly. You should probably organize them, but you have these, and then you have these right here, and again, the same kind of thing, right? Where you could like, this is barely used, right? So, maybe you put this guy in there too or something. I don't know. It's generic storage, and that you can kind of use it as you wish. But yeah, really impressed with this. This was quite nicely set up, I feel. So let's see. We put this right over there, like so. Nice little lid there. Put that there. Oh, that's nice, and there's actually a little bit of leeway there. Okay, we got that. I'm gonna go ahead and put a few of these in there, because again, why the heck not? There we go. Just keep that nice and secure. Okay, about these, I'm gonna flip them over, because in case they're a little bent, and voila, that's it, guys. That is everything about this game, component wise, and I must say I am thoroughly impressed. I'm all about the premium aspect of these Kickstarters, and this is a testament to this. Lid closes all the way. It wants to pop up, but a little bit of pressure, it closes completely flat. Very, very impressed. Very nice. Yeah, love it. Anyway, there is a Kickstarter coming out again, or a game found. I can't remember where it is. It's linked down in the description below, so be sure to check this out. If you want this in your gaming collection, I don't see why you wouldn't, to be honest. It stands out so much compared to everything else. All right, that's it. Thanks, guys. Bye.